Welcome, welcome, everybody.
Welcome everybody to Let's Talk Jaws Live. Episode I don't even know. Michael, so nothing crazy happened this week at work? I'm surprised.
Yeah, pretty uneventful week. Everything went well. Got to for the first time in 8 months. I went into a movie theater this morning. So,
Oh, really?
yes,
Was it fun? I missed the movies.
yeah. There's only 5 of us there. They screened King Kong versus Godzilla for us.
Oh, no way!
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, that's badass. I love
Yeah.
that. That's awesome. So, Mike, we have that
Yes.
picture over here, right there.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know that it's the 45th anniversary edition of Edith Blakes' book.
It is indeed.
We're going to talk about it. So tell them the good news, Mike.
Well, this past Sunday, and I'm just bringing us up on my iPad so I can read the comments and see who's here.
I think that's Connor. Connor. Hi, Connor. Hi, James.
See, James is here. Connor is here. So let's see. What was that? Yeah. So this Sunday, I was notified that Edith's book, On Location on Martha's Vineyard, the making of the movie Jaws, was nominated as Book of the Year by the Rondo Hatton Classic Horror Awards. I know. For those of you who don't,
bravo.
For those of you who don't know, Rondo Hatton was a very popular actor in the 50s in horror films. He was born with a very unusual bone structure, so he usually played the bad guy or the tough guy. And ironically, when we would walk to school in Tampa, we would walk by the cemetery where I found out years later Rondo Hatton was buried. So that's kind of cool. But the Jaws 2 book was nominated 2 years ago. Didn't win. Lost to an incredible book about the movie, the Dr. Phibes films. So no sour grapes here. But I was so happy that the powers that be that award this honor felt that the book was worthy to be included. And there's some good titles that are nominated. So, like they always say, it's an honor to be nominated. But I think it would be amazing if this book won. I think that would be just an amazing tribute to Edie. Hi, Donna. For her work, her work came out. Her book actually came out in June '75, and it was preceded the next month by Carl Gottlieb's Jaws Log. Carl's book really overshadowed Edie's, not as much in sales because Edie self-published her book, and then they sold the rights to Ballantine, which was a major publishing house back then, and her book sold millions of copies. But because of Carl being who he was and his association with the film and writing it and everything, his book got a lot of the attention. So I think it would be amazing if, 45 years later, Edie kind of got recognized for her work. So
yeah, that's awesome. And you wrote the foreword to it, and you helped edit it. So that's cool.
Yes, I wrote an introduction. The original foreword is there by Henry Beadle. I'm assuming it's pronounced Huff. Donna, correct me if I'm wrong. Who was Edie's editor at the Vineyard Gazette, and so I kind of wrote an introduction, and then I was honored to write a kind of a catching up chapter 45 years later, where I just kind of talk about the impact of the book and what happened to the people that were involved in the film on the local side, and got to include a lot of people that, had collections or Jaws fans or people like Greg Nicotero and Kevin Smith, that the film influenced so much that, they went into filmmaking.
Mhm.
So let's see who's here. Marty Kircher is here from Baltimore. Hello, Victor.
Victor.
James, I believe Edie is 96. Just trying to go through some of the questions. Hello, Robert.
Hello, everyone. If you're just joining us, we're going to be talking about the 45th anniversary edition that Edith put out. There's pictures that nobody had seen before that Michael had. And I bought one. I got one from the Main Street bookstore, signed, but I got it signed. It was already signed. I didn't get to meet Edie. Unfortunately, that night I got sick and I didn't make it to the wharf. So I know. Hi, James Scott. Good evening, Michael and Jay. I don't know who that is. I'm guessing it's got to be someone we know.
Oh, let's see. Somebody said hello. I think that was Connor.
Jaws aren't. What's up with my hair tonight? It's straggly. I look like.
You look fine. Not a beauty contest.
Rory Hamilton.
Rory is here. Tyler Broad is here.
Oh, Tyler Broad.
Okay, Donna says Edie is 95.
95. Well, guess whose birthday is today? Carl. Happy birthday,
That's
Carl.
Right. Carl is 83.
I think we should have Gigi come on and we'll do that like bonfire scene. I told Matt.
Oh, from Caveman?
From Caveman.
Boop,
Carl
yeah.
a lot of you guys that know, but Carl directed that film. It's really, really good. Funny as hell. But happy birthday. And also a happy birthday to our friend Michael Hayden.
His birthday was yesterday.
And he is the guitarist in the beginning of the scene. He's playing the little tune, and we had did a live video with him recreating that. That was cool. So, Michael, if you're watching, happy birthday, Carl. Oh, you're so sweet. Happy birthday, legend. Yeah. Hi, guys. James Scott, raise a pint. Got it. Hi, all Kelly Devlin's in the house. Hi, girl. Oh, you got to see Caveman. It's a freaking riot. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And
great cast too.
Yeah, Gigi Morgan from Jaws 2 is in it, and then that one scene with we like to do all the time.
So it's Gigi, Dennis Quaid, Shelley Long, Barbara Bach, Ringo Starr, John Matuzak, a lot of talented people, and very funny, much funnier than the $100 million crap that year one that. Michael Cera and Seth Rogen did.
Oh, that was horrible. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah. That was horrible.
Let's see. Nate says, I'm heading back to the beginning of the summer. Hoping to get a copy of the book.
Yeah.
Bunch of great
Edgartown
books.
Nate?
I don't know. Donna would know if Bunch of Grapes is carrying it or not. I don't know if they are. They should be. But Edgartown Books definitely has it. And their copies will be autographed. So,
there you go, Mike. Here's a question.
Rory says, "Why is the lettering on the book white on some editions and red on others? On mine, Jaws is white. That's because you have the hardback edition.
Yeah,
Rory.
different.
We switched it up. The hardback edition is white, and then the paperback is the Jaws is red. We just kind of did that to make it different. It's like the expanded edition of the Jaws 2 book. There's two different covers that we use, one for the black and white edition and one for the color edition.
I love my one.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I just think it kind of doesn't shake things up, but it makes it different, makes it kind of rare.
Funny. Shelley Long, yeah. Cheers.
Who said that?
No, it was really funny movie.
John Hooper. Oh my God! Speaking of high school friends from Tampa. That's John Hooper, who had the big
Hi.
crush on Shelley Long. Hello there, Mr. Hooper.
Hi, Mr. Hooper.
He
Wait a
was
minute.
the original Mr. Hooper. Yes.
So Shelley Long and Tom Hanks in the movie when they fix the house up, that
Oh,
is freaking riot.
yeah, the Money Pit.
When he's
Yeah.
stuck in the rug, that was the
Stuck in a
best.
rug. Thought the
That
Care
is the
Bears
best.
came to see him. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And all the guys outside staring at his wife in the window, all the dudes, like the creepy perverts. Oh, funny stuff. Oh, let's see. Jay, is that the what? I don't even know what that vodka.
Facebook. What does it
I
say?
don't drink. Is that the vodka?
Is that vodka?
Oh,
Harvey.
this. No,
That's
no,
Harvey.
this is not. No.
That's old Chubbs. Chubbs want to know if you're
Chubbs,
drinking vodka.
Chubbs, I want to smell your hair. I want to smell your hair. I want to wash your hair. Shelley is beautiful. Money Pit. That was a funny ass movie. Michael, you going to Edgartown in September?
Yes, planning on it. Planning on it.
Hey. Even there's no official fest. It could be a no fest.
It could be a no fest too. Yeah.
Yay. Anyways, if you're just joining us, we're getting a bunch of people back on here, and we're going over, if you can see to the left there, that's the 45th anniversary book on location on Martha's Vineyard, the making of the movie Jaws, the 45th anniversary edition. If you haven't gotten yours yet, guys, you have to get it. It has pictures in there that nobody has seen. So those are cool. Remember, you showed them on an episode before we even had the book out. That was awesome. Because we had the inn. We got clout. We got clout with Mike. But it's been nominated for a Rando Hatton Classic Award. You know what's so funny? I thought that I seen his face where they made statues of him, and I kept on thinking, I'm like, why is there statues of Prometheus?
Yes.
Prometheus, the movie. I really like that movie. I don't know. Alien fans didn't really like it, but I really like Prometheus. I really like it. But yeah, so it's nominated, and what they do is they Michael just explained it earlier, is they honor the best in horror research, creativity.
Yeah, they do best film, best television show, best DVD Blu-ray released, best horror magazine, best article. I want to say a few years ago, probably the 15th, maybe it was the 15th or 14th annual awards, the Horror Hound magazine with the Jaws cover that I did the cover story to, that was nominated. Best DVD commentary. It's really people. Matt, I don't know. Matt's not here right now.
Not yet, no.
But he has a. I don't know if he still does it, but he has a classic horror site called Masters of Horror, which he created out of his love for the famous monsters. And his site was nominated every year. So, you know, it's horror specific, and you know, like I said earlier, just to have the book nominated is an honor, because that means that people in the horror community really enjoyed it and took it serious. Because some people don't think of Jaws as a horror film, but you know, it is. It's the unseen monster trying to get you.
I know. We always forget that. I'm like, I don't think it's in horror, but this is what I think. That's Connor, right? That's Connor Chain.
Could be worse, Michael. 11-week knockdown in Ireland since December. Nice numbers are rising again, and our vaccinations are the slowest in Europe. Oh, well, they're slow here in the States. I finally got my first shot Monday, but only because I worked for a city, and government officials were allowed to get a shot, and kind of we're one of the, you know, the higher tiered people, but my wife's still waiting.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are still waiting, but you know, your arm was a little sore the next day, but definitely it's like it's like a public service message. If you get a chance, get it, and let's get life back to normal. Because I plan on going. I plan on traveling this year, and I plan on going to the Vineyard in September, and I plan on going back to Tampa in August at SharkCon and hanging with the Jaws 2 kids and hanging with Lou Gossett and watching Jaws in 3D.
Yeah.
I have my summer plan, so everybody get vaccinated and stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe. Somebody said something about their picture not being on the Be Live. We have to go back, and you have to go and you have to hit that little link that's that like little round link for that. And somebody said Hatton.
Yes.
Yeah, well, no, I mean right there. I mean, who's trying to correct me? Wrong. Usually
No, that's how you pronounce it.
I'm always spelling things wrong, and I'm like, nope, I got that one right. Who is that?
I think you pronounce it Houghton. I think that's what John's saying.
Oh, okay. Is that John Conbody right there?
No, it's John Hooper.
Oh, John Hooper.
That's my friend.
I was just kidding, John. I thought it was Robert McGinn corrected me. Hey, speaking of Robert, here he is. Hi, Robert.
And Harvey said Amazon Women on the Moon, and Carl had the best segment. Now the best segment was when they discovered that the Loch Ness monster was really Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, so the official ballot for the 19th annual Rondo Hatton Classic Horror Awards. You have to vote, people. So I'm going to leave this up on the screen for you guys to be able to write that email down. The nominations come in, and the more votes she gets, that will win. So look below.
And yes, John, I will be hanging with the gang. I plan on coming down a few days earlier this time, so we can all spend some time together. And I got to meet the twinsies. So John has twins, boy and a girl. They're just the cutest and the smartest kids you'll ever see. So I need to meet them. So he also has an 18-year-old daughter named Sarah, who he says is getting her shot this week. So good. Glad it's filtering down to the youngsters. Oh, Donna got her shot. Good.
Nice. You're visible, Robert. You're visible. Yay!
Hooray!
Hi, Victor. How's Canada? Freezing?
So I wanted this. We talked about this book when we did a show about the various different books on the film series, but I wanted to go more in depth into what this book entails. I've gotten emails from people who think it's just a reprint of Edith's book, and it is in a way, but it's been edited, and there were some errors in the book that made it got past Edith, got past the people at Ballantine. As I mentioned to Carl last week, a couple times he's referred to as Carol Gottlieb, and I made sure they showed him as Carl, and I got to write a great introduction, and not that it's greatly written, but that it was a great honor for me, and then I was honored to do a 45th anniversary kind of catch-up chapter with what's happened to the island, what's happened to the locals that were in the film, what happened to some of the people that the film influenced, Kevin Smith, Ray Nicotero, what's happened to me, what's happened to our friends, people that, like Keith that has websites, and, Pete Spadetti, who's got the damn film, he's got the fin in his basement. That's just amazing. And there's also, I was able to go through, the Martha's Vineyard Museum sent me the negatives of 500 photos that Edie had taken on the set that had never been published. And I went through and I chose about 75 of them. And there's a lot of, a lot of on the set stuff that you'll see different variations of, Spielberg and Dreyfuss in the water, that kind of stuff. But I found a great shot of the orca lit up at night. I found a lot of behind the scenes photos of the deleted scene in the music shop. And I found some great photos of everybody relaxing. Every Sunday, the Jaws group would play a local team in softball. Roy Scheider loves softball. And I've got some great shots of him and Dreyfuss playing in the game.
Nice.
Roy rounding the bases, coming to bat, holding Dreyfuss on first when Dreyfuss was out in the field. So it's really, it's a good book. I love the original. I probably went through 3 different copies of it as a kid, just reading until you finally break the spine and the pages fall out. And then I was lucky to find an original first printing in a bookstore in New York in the late 90s. It's something I've always enjoyed reading, and you always learn something new. And then when Donna asked me to be a part of the project of bringing it to a new generation of fans, it was just amazing. So if this book would win an award, I think it would be a perfect tribute to Edie. And I am doing this for Edie. I do not get an award. I purposely left my name off the book. Inside is copyright of the chapter I wrote. That's just for copyright reasons. But this is Edie's book. This is not my book.
Yeah.
And I just think it would be an amazing tribute to someone that is, even at the beginning, was stunned at the response that she would get from fans. And I know Donna tells me now that, when she doesn't understand why people want signed copies of the book and what the excitement is, because to her, it was her job. Her job was to hang out on the set and write stories and take pictures.
Mhm.
So we were the lucky ones. I mean,
That's awesome.
I was lucky with the Jaws 2 book because, you see a couple different production stills from the John Hancock version of Jaws 2, but Edie was there, and Edie very graciously allowed me to use the slides that she had taken on the set. So in the Jaws 2 book, you get some, kind of behind the scenes shots of Scheider with Ricky Schroeder. And then you have images of the town, because the town was originally supposed to be destitute and everybody was on welfare, and all those white picket fences were gray and dingy and broken. So it was nice to be able to kind of clue fans in on what the film was originally going to be, and then they can make up their own mind what they think is the better version. So I know a lot of people comment that they wish they wish that Universal had kept all John's footage the same way Warner Brothers did with Richard Donner's stuff for Superman 2. And then eventually Warner Brothers released the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2. And people, I'm sure, would love to see a John Hancock cut of Jaws 2.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. He's such a pleasant man. We should have him come on again.
Yeah. So if you're, those of you, if Jake, is it up there now? Oh, I have a question. I did not see the question. The Vineyard Museum was to do a Jaws exhibit this past summer, but was closed. Anyone know, Donna? I believe it is happening this summer, Nate, and it's going to run through the end of September. So those of you that are coming to, or planning to go to the Vineyard between, I guess, May and September, you should be able to go by and see the exhibit. Yes, the email address is Terrico, TARACO at AOL.com. Those of you watching this, if you would share this with your Facebook friends and your social media, and let people know they're welcome. They're welcome to go to the site and vote for everything if they want. But if they can just, there it is. If they could just send an email to that and just say "Making of Jaws book for Book of the Year," that's all you need. And
Yeah,
then
because and it has to be in before midnight too.
yes, April
Sunday night.
20.
So yeah.
Yeah, April 25th. So Donna says note. Oh, Nate. Not this year. I'm sorry. I thought they were doing it this year, coming up. Oh, okay. So for the 50th. Well, there'll be a lot of things for the 50th.
Yeah.
Shit, Edie will be 100 years old signing books. That's going to be awesome. Yeah. Then I'm in Edith, she's wonderful. I didn't get to finish.
Jaws 2 has the best score out of all of them. Actually, I had the Jaws 2 theme playing. I think it's still playing on I love that little harp, and when they find I love it. That is excellent. Actually, I think the score for Jaws 2 is good too. Really is.
Yeah.
This part, right?
Yeah, just those little violins, the violins. John Hooper says
that.
John Hooper says the non-depressing version of the town is better because the threat of the shark. That's true though. The threat of the shark raises the stakes. That makes sense. That made sense.
Yeah.
Where's Keith and
I don't know.
I don't know. He'll be by.
He will. This Easter will be perfect for all Jaws fans to vote. You got that right. Is it one vote per email address? If so, count me in both. Yeah, do it.
There you go. There you go. I don't know if it's like the All-Star game or you can just send in multiple votes, but if you want to just sit there and just send in.
No, don't do that. No, don't do that. No.
That wouldn't be right.
That wouldn't be right.
Oh, Lord.
You could be like John. You could be like John Holmes. John Holmes, Frankenfurter.
Yeah, all of our guests. Bruce the Shark. Yeah.
Jones.
Because that's what I'm doing. I'm doing 4 different emails because I'm doing my email, I'm doing my PayPal email, I'm doing my Media Mike's email, I'm doing my work email. Yes, I will stuff the ballot box for this.
Stuff it.
Vote early and vote often, as they used to say in the 60s. So.
Connor, I know you wanted me to send the link, but I was trying to, while Michael was talking, I was on the Jaws page to try to find it. And I had it opened up so you could hear us talking in the background, but it's on the Jaws live page, that little symbol, the click, it says click here. If you want to just update it, you have to do it every time you do it on the show, unfortunately. John Conradi. But of course, darling, we all applauded when John Williams' name appeared on screen when we saw Jaws 2. Yep.
Well, we applauded when Roy Scheider's name came up. That was the first applause.
Yeah. What about this one? We'd like to see Hancock version. How much did he film? Right. That's a good question, James. Michael will tell us with Michael's facts.
Dun dun dun.
Michael's facts. Michael's facts. Michael's facts.
I like it. We need a band. We need like a house band in the background. He filmed a lot of the stuff that was shot on the island that they were waiting for the shark to be ready because, like the first film, the shark wasn't working very well. But he shot a lot with the original cast. He shot where David Elliott and Gary Springer and Tegan West, who was Mike Brody at the time, and Ricky Schroeder, who was Sean Brody, and they have an argument on a dock, and David Elliott grabs Ricky Schroeder and holds him over the water and says, "Oh, you want to be shark bait," or in a Boston accent, I guess it was like shark bait. Shark bait. There was a scene where Lenora May, who was playing Mike Brody's girlfriend at the time, when they break up because he wants to go out with Jackie. She has a very emotional scene. Now Lenora saw that scene when after she was sent back to Hollywood. She auditioned for a film, and um, I'm sorry, she was auditioning for Little House on the Prairie, and they wanted her see any footage they had of her. And she was able to get that scene from Universal. Excuse me. Unfortunately, with the exception of a couple scenes in the film and some shark tests, which you can find on YouTube, all of John's footage was destroyed. Okay, clicked it. Hope that works now. Good. Me too.
Yeah, well, we did the show with John Hancock, and we had that footage where Michael had taken it, and we put it up on the screen. We did it. It's on the John Hancock episode, because somebody else just had said this. Yes.
We're getting scene where the shark in the harbor was in Hancock scene, right? Yes, that was actually that. Let me see who asked that, because that's a good question.
Yeah. Another one is good.
That was Tyler. Yes, Tyler. Actually, that scene was suggested to John by Steven Spielberg. Ironically, Steven called John when he got the job and talked about what he was going to be going through, but he didn't call Jeannot when he took over, even though Steven and Jeannot and John Badham, I mean, God, there's three great directors. They all shared the same little bungalow at Universal. They were doing TV stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then there's also the scene, I call it the kite scene, where they're in the kite and they're getting blown up and they get dropped back down in the water.
Yeah.
That was also a scene that John filmed. So those are the two scenes that are in the film that were John's. And then Tegan West, the original Mike Brody, still gets residuals because he's pretty sure that one of the distant shots of all the sailboats, like overhead or whatever, he thinks he's in one of those boats. So to avoid a lawsuit, Universal just sends him a residual check.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Sort of like what's his name? Rory Hamilton.
Rory said, to all the people asking about the Hancock version of Jaws too. There's a great book written on it. Oh, God bless you.
God bless you there, Rory Hamilton.
The Jaws, but Rory, that's a good book. The Jaws 2 log is a very good book, but it's the studio's version of the story. It doesn't deal a lot with why John was fired. It doesn't really, and that's why all the Amity kids were so grateful and happy to talk to me, because none of them were interviewed for the Jaws 2 log. A couple of them are mentioned in stories, but they never talked to any of the kids to get their idea. It was basically a by the book, by the numbers making of book that the studio tried to capitalize on the popularity of Carl's book, and also by the fact that Susan Ford, who at the time was the daughter of the President of the United States, had been on set and taken some photos. So it's a good book. It's very expensive. It's hard to find on eBay. They go for like $30-40 now. It's I'm not going to denigrate it or say it's a horrible book, but it's kind of like one side of the story. I'd like to say that the book Lou and I did was more honest, because you learned a lot more behind the scenes and the machinations and all the different stories and cliques and episodes that everybody had and everybody shared. Because I think a great story that Carl shared was that he sat in his hotel room, pretty much 22 hours a day. And for 2 hours, he would come out and go get a drink or go get something to eat. And everybody he passed in the hallway would say, "How's it going, Carl? How you doing? How's it going, Carl?"
Yeah.
And see, I think that's a great story. That's
a great story.
That's not in the Jaws 2 log. That's just, it's just very, it's very sanitized, I guess is the word I'm looking for. It doesn't really go into Roy not wanting to be there, how troubling Roy was with the adult actors. Didn't cover any of the kids that got fired, even though I think Tegan West is mentioned a couple times. So they're good. They're complimentary reads. You can read the story that they wanted you to know, and then read the truth. So
Wow. Those are some really good facts there. And the reason why we asked Carl that is because remember when we had Mr. Van Zant on, and Mr. Van Zant was telling us that and while he walked through the hallway, he would be like, "Hi, Carl," hoping he'd get lines. And then when we mentioned it to Carl, he's like, "Yeah." Now that I look back, I was getting a little annoyed because I would always looking out the corner of going out the hotel room, like seeing if anybody's around. That was cool.
And that is, in Carl writing that's just like when he adapted Jaws and he wrote Jaws. He was writing on the fly. He was literally writing stuff that would be filmed the next day, because he and Janot got together and at the beginning of June in 1978. I'm sorry, 1977, and then they had 30 days to come up with basically the entire film, a whole new second act. So
yeah,
yeah,
he's an amazing screenwriter.
he is. He's got some great credits out there, and so many films that he's worked on but doesn't have his name on. That he threw in a scene or two or changed something that was,
MASH. I mean, that was freaking riot.
It's great in MASH.
It's funny.
And he tells a story about how Roger Bowen, who was Colonel Blake in the film, he and Carl were really good friends. And people that don't know it, Roger Bowen, who played Colonel Blake in the film, and McLean Stevenson, who played Colonel Blake in the series, they died on the same day. And
really?
yeah, that's kind of ironic. All the Colonel Blakes are dying. But Carl spoke at Roger Bowen's funeral and said that if there's room in heaven for one Colonel Blake, God's going to take the one from the movie. So yeah, Iron Balls McGinty. That's right.
Iron Balls McGinty.
Yeah, and another film Carl co-wrote, The Jerk. Yeah,
Jerk, so funny.
What? Who said what? Is there a Lifetime Achievement Award for screenplay writers? I believe, and I have to double check, I believe the Writers Guild has honored Carl in the past for his body of work. But I would say with, everything he did, I mean, he basically wrote by himself. There's a co-writer credit, but it was just a friend of a friend that was involved in the film. He wrote the Richard Pryor film, Which Way Is Up, which is recognized not only as one of the greatest comedies ever, but when you get to black comedies, and I don't mean dark, I mean the African-American cast, is the Black Film Critics Association named it the best black comedy ever.
Wow.
So it's just really, yeah. Carl's just amazing.
Tyler, you're visible. Amazing. Carl he is a nice guy. He's so nice.
There you are. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I on Facebook today, I put a post.
That was nice. I loved your tribute to that. That was so nice.
I met him in 2005, and he was very nice, very cordial. In 2008, I got invited up to Omaha, where they were doing a screening of Jaws, and Carl was a guest. I got to have dinner with him and hear some amazing stories. And then he needed a ride to the airport the next day, so of course I volunteered. So we talked for another hour in the car, and then interviewed him for my website. Then Lou and I got the book deal and worked on him. Interviewed him for the book, and then when I went out to do research, we went to dinner.
Wait, I love that story. You tell me that he has a tab at that restaurant.
Yes,
right?
When we were it was a very nice Italian restaurant.
What was the name of it?
I can't remember. I stole the menu, but I don't.
You stole the menu? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but I don't remember the name of it. But we were sitting there, and Carl said, When I had a tab here, I was number 36. So that's how long that restaurant had been there and how long Carl had been eating there. And
Carl, if you're watching this, let us know in the comments what restaurant that is. I'm curious.
Name of the restaurant. And then I think I wrote when I updated the Jaws 2 book, I wrote that one of the most humbling moments to me as a person, and I will say offhand that because of writing film criticism for 30 years and being in the marketing and publicity system on theatrical films, I've met a lot of people and I've made friends per se with some of them. But when I was out in Los Angeles doing the Hollywood show, I walked into the lobby and Carl was talking with some people. And when I walked up, Carl stopped talking and said, "This is my friend, Michael Smith."
Oh, he's so
and I was
nice.
like, oh my God, that's like, I didn't cry, but I was just like, that is just so amazing that somebody whose work I've been following for 40 plus years, somebody whose work had an influence on my life, and now we're friends. So yeah. So if you're watching this, happy birthday, my friend. I hope you have many, many more.
Yeah. That was nice. He is he's just genuinely a nice guy. I just wanted to put this on for everybody to look at too here.
Oh, James Scott says, "Is the Jerk 2 any good? Did they do a Jerk 2? Oh my God, I hope not.
I didn't even know there was one. A Jerk 2. Was there?
I hope not. I'm sure Steve Martin wasn't involved.
No.
John wants a pillow and a bag of peanuts.
Yeah, guys, if you haven't checked it out, Mike's website is so cool. He does movie reviews, book reviews. I mean, you name it. It's MediaMikes.com. Go to it. Also, here's that address, the email again to send your vote in for Edith's book to nominate. And you just have to say, "I nominate Edith Blake," and then you would just put in the title of the book, which is right here.
Or you can just you can shorten and just put in "Making of Jaws" book.
Yep.
So
that's as good as it gets. Just having him do the Ford and Jaws 2 book is such an amazing thing and a real, yeah. Oh, Mike, look, James Scott. You're such a nice man, Mike. I would waste my credit to get to Carl's loved.
Victor, would you, I believe Carl wrote Jaws 3D, so would you be insulting to him at dinner about Jaws 3D? You'd say, "Oh God, Carl, why'd you write that?" I was like,
"Oh yeah,
he's awesome." Joe Al's too. Yeah. Tyler, everybody, I don't know anybody from the Jaws world that isn't nice and isn't good to fans. And I mean, you see Susan Backlinie and Jeff Voorhees, Jeff Kramer. Unfortunately, a lot of them are my age now because, or if not older, just because the film is 40 going on 46 years old. But
yeah.
Joe Alves, Carl, I think they're amazed that a piece of art they've done is just so resonates on so many people. The Jerk 2 was a mid-'80s TV movie. Why?
I nominate myself tonight, Mike. You know what for? Looking like Garth from
Garth.
Garth. Dude, I do.
There you go.
Swing. Look, I do. I have J.J. Abrams glasses on. I got Garth's hair tonight.
There you go.
Yeah, Robert. Actually, Michael had said this a while back because I tested Michael, and he had said that he knew that Michael's facts way before Olivia Newton-John is that song playing.
Yes, I really love you, and I think I believe later also you're Having My Baby is in there. I don't know why, but It's the Paul Anka song.
Greetings from Buenos Aires. Oh, hello.
Who is that?
Wow, Argentina.
That is Gonza Alonso.
Every time I think of
And,
Argentina, I think
and
of
John Hooper says, "Party on, Jay."
John Hooper. Swing.
Swing.
I like a part with the second part when he's just like, kill your husband. He was funny as hell in that. Come on. That was funny ass movies, man.
Oh, good movies. Both good movies.
Robert, I honestly love you. You're having my baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Did they ever find out who took the photos from the Edgar Allan Bank when the chief tells Hendrix to let Polly do the printing? What? Reading it.
I don't know. I guess somebody was quick. I could offer up a suspect, but I don't want to be. I don't want to libel anybody. But yeah, could
it was.
be.
This is what was Clue? Remember the board game Clue before the movie Clue?
I do.
The library with the candlestick.
Yeah.
Love Wayne's World. Party on. Let's see. Well, again, that book, if you did not get one, you have to get it. And like you said, there might not be anybody there, but you can go on Amazon too. They have them on there, Amazon.com. And there's not one bad review on it. I've looked at everything.
If you guys buy it off Amazon, if you will just send me a PM with your address, I had Edie sign some book plates, mostly for the people that over in Europe that bought the book, that it just cost them an arm and a leg to have it shipped. You know, it's like 30.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Say that again, Mike, so they can hear you.
Yeah. If you've bought the book off Amazon, just send me a PM, or if we're not Facebook friends, you can just message our page with your address, and I will send you a book plate that Edie signed. Because a lot of the people in Europe that bought it, it's almost more than the price of the book to have it shipped over there.
Yeah, crazy.
Where it's only $1.50 for me to drop it in an envelope and send it over to England.
That's nice of you.
Yeah.
That's nice, Mike. Look at Victor, of course, Canadian Paul Anka spent 3 weeks on me. Now I have Michael's facts, but then we have Victor's facts. Ting, ting. I'm gonna get the symbols like long duck dong when he enters the room. Long duck dong, ding. So racist.
I did not know Paul Anka was Canadian.
I didn't know he was either. We never know. Michael J. Fox. I mean, I knew that, but I'm like, you always forget that, like the funniest comedians and people are Canadian.
Like Michael J. Fox, I think Mike Myers, Jim Carrey, Shatner. I think Peter Jennings was Canadian. There's a few good Canadians up there.
Thanks, I can't Mike. Put That's that comment awesome. On the screen.
Let me see what it is.
I can't put it on there because people can report this, and I had something reported last week. Just FYI, guys, somebody reported us for something that was said. Although we know the person's funny, we got spies, I guess, Mike. I don't know. They reported somebody for saying something. Donna says,
"Is this the lifeguard? Is this the lifeguard question?"
Yeah, I can't put that up there, but that is funny.
Read your. Oh no. John, you'll have to buy Edie's book because I've got a picture of him in there and I identify him. Well, give me a second. I'll look and see if I can find his name. Another one of our great facts.
Seriously, what would be so cool? I got a friend to get me the hardback, but God knows when I'll get it. She wanted to give it to me for my birthday, but thanks to COVID, I don't know when she'll make it back here. That's nice. Yay. Yes, you do, Robert. My dad bought me a Back to the Future shirt today. Can you believe it? How awesome is that? Alex Trebek was born near Ottawa. Alex Trebek was, God rest his heart. He's Canadian too.
Yeah, but I always found him kind of condescending on Jeopardy. because like, he'd read the answers. You go, no, I'm sorry. That was Louis the 12th. But he didn't know that. He was reading a card.
Yeah.
So he should have had a little more sympathy for the people that didn't know the right answers.
Oh, for this guy, don't worry about it. I have to say it. Like, I laugh, like, because I'm like this. Like, I read it and I laugh. Like, I'll put something up really quick. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. But I just noticed last week I got a notification for the first time. Somebody said something about it being whatever, It's just people have nothing better to do than go on and like write something up, It's like just don't go on the page, get out of here. Beat it.
That's right.
Beat it.
It's like the guy that by the way, the lifeguard's name was Christopher Sands.
What? Shut up.
Yes. It's like the guy that whenever I write something about Edie's book and post a picture, he'll say, "Oh, too bad you use that really shitty standard photo on the cover. That's a horrible cover." And it's like, yeah, you know what? Hey, look, everybody. Can you see that? That's when I had lunch with Benji. Yes, at the Four Seasons. At the Four Seasons in Washington, D.C. He ate steak.
That is funny.
Yeah, I just found all these pictures going through my desk. Me and Benji.
Shania Twain is Canadian and has a restraining order against me.
Yes,
Shania's Canadian? She left Toronto 1984 to LA for better opportunity. Ah, nice one, John. Nice. I love it. You know what? I went to Universal and I went on that stupid Simpsons ride and it was boring as hell. And I'm mad too. I went to the California one. Did Benji like Cujo?
He was not a fan of the film.
No, you're right. Connor, you're right. Carly Rae Jepsen is Canadian. Wow. Is it me or is the Facebook police far more active than usual? At least have sent to Facebook jail for whatever amount of time. I know. It's ridiculous. I honestly think it's people ratting people out, really. I mean, I can understand if someone sent you junk to like the Big Jaws page. Of course, I got to read that today and hear that, a couple of members from the Big Jaws and sending pictures of the junk to girls. It's like, really, stop playing with yourselves, like cut the crap. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm meaning somebody reported something and we don't even go that crazy on here. People, if you take offense to everything, man, I mean, don't come on the show. I mean, as simple as that, we are, in my opinion, I think we're good people and we don't try to hurt anybody or judge anybody. And, some of the comments I can put up there or I can even say and joke around, but no worries. I think it's freaking funny and you guys are so funny. I put the cocaine induced one. Maybe it was that. Maybe it was the cocaine induced one.
Sheesh.
Well, we'll probably get another one now that I said cocaine induced. Cocaine induced. Yeah, Victor. I'm always in jail. That's why Harvey's page. I know you are always in jail, John. Because I can only imagine Lauren Green. Oh my God, from Bonanza is Canadian.
Yes, he is.
That. Good call, Victor's facts.
Victor's,
I gotta get a symbol.
Victor's Canadian facts. There you go.
I should fix it to Victor's Canadian facts. Although he does know a lot of U.S. facts too. Which one is this?
Here's a picture when I was acting. I used to be a good-looking guy.
Shut up. Let me see.
I used to be a good-looking guy.
Oh my God!
I know what happened, right? What
you look like Colin. You look like Colin Farrell.
Oh, but I'm not Irish. I love finding old.
Say anything worse than George. No crap. I love George Carlin. He was a brilliant comedian. One of the best ever. And of course, Celine Dion is probably the biggest singer in Canada. You got that right. Look at these Canadian facts. I love it. Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. People need to get a sense of humor. Chill out. I know. Swim, Eddie, swim. Swim, Eddie, swim. Best scene of Jaws 2. Who is that? Is that our friend from Argentina? What?
It is Gonza. Gonza Alonso. Yes, ma'am. That's him.
Let's see. The Simpson ride. No, in Universal in California. I went there about 5 years ago. And before they changed over the Jurassic Park, it was Jurassic World. But the Simpson ride was boring as hell. Mike, if somebody says, sign and send that to me, Mike. But again, when we also, if you want to take a look at it, Keith is writing for Michael too. MediaMikes.com. That's Mike's website. There's a great interview he does with Roy Scheider on there. You really, I always go back and reread it. It's awesome. I can't believe they forgot to have the music by Olivia Newton-John and Jaws. That was before she became Sandy. Yeah. Yep. Hey, Mark, how are you?
Hey, Mark, how you doing? Olivia Newton-John was on MCA Records. You'll notice that all the music in Jaws, when they played actual songs, were artists that recorded for MCA. Universal did that as well with Slapshot. But in between the couple of years of filming, the different rules had changed. So when Universal first put Slapshot out on home video, they had to use like sound like songs. They couldn't use any of the real music they used, even though they were MCA artists now. But now all that's changed, so you get to see the rest. Get to hear
what were
the
the brothers' names? What were the brothers' names with the glasses like mine with all the tape?
Oh, the Hanson brothers.
The Hanson brothers. Oh,
yes.
Good Lord. Yeah, that was awesome. Michael,
Will
Jeannot?
Jeannot is, God, I want to say he's in his mid-80s. He now lives in England. I haven't talked to him for about a month. It'd be nice. I'm sure once everything dies down in the world and everybody's safe to travel, I'm sure he'd love to come to Martha's Vineyard if he could.
I guess this guy's, we don't know his name. You said what was his name again, Mike? From Argentina?
Oh, that is Gonzo Alonso.
Oh, hi, Gonzo. Yeah, we went over, actually, if you look back at our episodes, there's an episode called Rip Off of Jaws, and we talk about the Orca, the movie Orca. We talk about Richard Harris, how much.
I'm sorry, it's Gonza Alonso, not Gonzo, not the guy from the Muppets. Yeah, so it's so he would be a good guest. He would be a great guest. Hello, everybody.
Animal. Fun fact: the Rocky Horror Picture Show is a parody of Jaws. What? That's okay. You can go back and check it out. Again, if you're just joining us, we're just talking about the book. If you didn't get the website, the email, it's right there on the screen. We're going to end the show. We wanted to let you know you need to vote for this book, the 45th anniversary edition, Edith Blake and Gonza. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you guys are. Jeannot deserves an outstanding ovation. Yes.
He does. He does indeed.
Call me a sandwich parlor, Slapshot. I know. I love it. I love it.
Oh, Lord.
The Hanson brothers. The Hanson brothers.
The great Brad. The great Brad Sullivan.
It's about that time, Mike.
All righty. Time to say goodnight.
Good night.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thanks for coming by.
Have a great night. And don't forget to vote before. There you go. There's the email right there. And check out Michael's website, MediaMikes.com. Again, if you do have to vote before the 25th, she's nominated. Let's hope she wins. Good show. Great show, Mike.
Always.
Awesome show. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good week, everybody.
We'll see you next week.
Fins
Bye.
up.
Love you guys. Love you guys. Good night. Bye. Cheers, Rory. Thank you. Thank you, Gonza. Kelly, thank you, Victor. Thank you, James Scott. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, Rory. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Robert McGinn. Who else am I forgetting?
Thank you, John. Thank you, both Johns.
Yay! Thank you, guys. We'll see you next Thursday. Good show.
We'll be here.
Fins up.
Fins up.